Welcome in to Spooky Spectacular Matt and Todd Show Halloween Special. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're just trying to have a little fun here. Show number 209. We are live and we are in the house. How's everybody doing today? Jeff, see you on here.
209.
209.
I knew it was 29 or 210. I didn't know.
We rock and rolling, guys. Tonight, we got plenty to talk about. All kind of college football games. Some of them was good. Some of them was not so good. Some of them was kind of blowouts, and
early games.
A lot of them was. And then there were some that didn't kind of turn out that way. I'm going to break down, well, a few of those games. Are going to dig into a lot of high school stuff tonight, too. Dean, what do you got?
I got some college stuff. We're going to talk about the Auburn Tigers getting off the snide there. They had a lot of pressure on them. They come up big. Also, Georgia and Ohio State and Tennessee get big wins.
Yeah, important games. Come back and hang out with us tonight. Show 209. What's going on?
How y'all doing? How you doing, sir?
We hanging out. So tonight we got plenty to going on. Hope everybody's having a good day. Thank you guys for stopping by the Matt and Todd Show. Show 209. Hit the subscribe and like button. We're going to break down some stuff from some college games from the weekend. There wasn't a lot of great games. We'll go back over the games where we were wrong and where we was right. For the most part, we've done pretty good this year.
Yeah, we've done good the last 3 weeks, especially.
Yeah. And a lot of high school stuff is shaking out for the week. And, of course, we'll have our Big Diamond Player of the Week. A lot of things have changed, so we'll kind of get into that, and I'll go ahead and put them old scores up there.
I figured it out, Matt. I think this was week 8, right?
Yes, high school.
Okay, and over the first 7 – no, I'm talking about for college.
It's 9.
Week 9 for college?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next week will be 10.
Okay, well, before this week, we was averaging – we're going about 8-2 a week on our picks. Average.
A lot of people try to pick upsets.
Nah.
And there's just not for high school picks. There's just not a lot of upsets in high school.
No, very few.
Very rare.
I would like to know the number, actually. It's probably mind-boggling.
Probably.
How few there are.
Yeah, if you really had a stat, like really had a number on how many real upsets there are for high school.
I bet there's not 10 out of 100.
You get some in college some of the times.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of upsets in college. A lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I know for 5 at least.
Jeff Anderson, what's going on? High school scores. Yeah, man, we rock and rolling. Let's get into – let's do the game you was at first. Cedar Bluff, hey, look, guys, congrats to them on a big win. I mean, that's an important win for the school and the coaches and staff to kind of solidify a spot to, continue to be in the playoffs every year since forever and a day. Cedar Bluff's always been a playoff team, and that's going to continue on under Coach Crane's first year. So, kind of, what was some of the breakdown over there?
Well, I think that was the first. That's 11 straight years or 10. 10 straight years. Oh, the breakdown over there. I'm sorry, I thought I had to sneeze there. Well, the game started out. Appalachian got on the board first. Coach Crane went for it on 4th and 2, which, some coaches are risk takers, and he went for it from his own 27, didn't get it, gave Appalachian a short field, and they went up 7-0. But the next, probably within 30 seconds, Hunter Jenkins had broke a 56-yarder.
Wow.
And
he's having a good year.
Yeah, and then they got the ball back again, and he broke a 28-yarder. He had 166 yards on the night.
Wow, congrats, Hunter.
And then it was 14-7. Then Hunter Stallings threw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Alex Beatty. And 21-7 at the half. Third quarter had a bunch of penalties in it. Then Appalachian added a touchdown there towards the end of the third. Neither team could get on the board in the fourth. And the way it ended up 21-16 was there was about 5 seconds left. And Caden Pack got in punt formation. When he caught it, he just ran the back and end zone and kind of zigzagged around for about 4 seconds. Game over.
Okay.
21-16. So they finish in a 3-way tie with Woodville, them, and Appalachian,
Mhm.
and then it goes to out of region games, and of course, who you've beat. And Cedar Bluff had beat Spring Garden,
Yeah.
who is
number 2 and
7-2.
Yeah.
So that's 7 wins right there.
Yeah,
And-
that's how they do that. Some people don't, it's not real clear how they break all that down. And then after, if there's ties on region wins for those opponents, I think they go to scores then.
Right.
Of those opponents you played, how many?
That's way on down the line,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the coaches told me that they do it A, B, C, D, E, F. That's like K.
Really?
Yeah, that's like last. Like, how many points did you score in a game? That's the coach that was telling me about it. He said he's been coaching for 20 years.
Yeah.
He said I've never heard of them doing that. So
Getting that far.
Yeah, it's usually
It's like getting to the Speaker of the House to be your president.
yeah, or even further down. Like
Right.
So heck of a game. That's important for them and for the school to be able to go and just represent the school and go back to Wadley. The last time that we've been there would been
2015?
Yeah, I was going to say 16. Yeah, Josh.
15 or 16. The year they went to the state.
Yes, they was quarterback. Josh Decker was. We had a great team that year. And Marcus was young, and I remember going around behind the goalpost as the game was winding down. We get a pass interference call, and I told Marcus, I said, we got a chance to win this game. And sure enough, a play or two later, he throws it over in the corner to, was it Zay?
Isaiah.
It was Zay caught the touchdown and beat Wadley. We go on and played Maplesville, and boy, they were.
It was a fantastic game. I believe it was
What was
34-27.
Was it?
I was thinking it was 27-26. It was not. It was 27-26.
Favor of them.
Favor of Wadley when Cedar Bluff got the ball. And I told somebody I was sitting with, Wadley gets the ball with about 5 minutes left and is in punt formation with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
What
is their coach doing?
Yeah.
And then Cedar Bluff drove and they had that penalty there that helped.
Yeah.
There might have been 2 pass interference or a late hit or something.
Yeah.
And of course that was 4th down. Was it not?
I don't remember.
I think it was
can't
4.
remember if it was.
Had to score.
It was exciting. Marcus was young, and I had to hurry up and drag him out of there because they were down there, and they probably wasn't real happy with how that went down. So congrats to them on making it in the playoffs. Also, our other team here in the area that's going to make the playoffs, they will be hosting Coosa Christian. The game that I was at and covered, Spring Garden Coach Ragsdale bunch brings in the Purple Devils from I almost said the Ragsdales.
From
Ragland. So, look, Spring Garden decides to take the ball, and first play, ball up the middle, just typical Spring Garden run play, fumbled the ball.
Which had been plaguing them the last time earlier in the year.
And I just bring that up and just adds to the story. And I think it's important to mention that because, of course, we know they won. You can see the scores there on the bottom of the screen. They'd never quit. I never thought about it again.
Didn't get down after that.
No, not at all. I almost just threw my hat up in the stands. I was like, oh, come on. I mean, how much bad luck can the guy get?
Right.
So they didn't get addled, and they stop them. And Ragland has that number 30, their little tailback, very good. Number 3, I think he's a junior this year. Very good. They're fast. And they would run some speed sweeps and quarterback and pitch it up to him as he come across, run that some. They try to throw the ball a little too much for me. I think if they was kind of just stuck to the run game a little bit more, it may have even been closer, but pretty much most of the night felt like Spring Garden kind of had control mostly through the whole game.
Right. Well, it sounds like it. I mean, from
momentum didn't shift a whole lot, kind of back and forth. Chapel.
Well, it sounds like he had a night. I'll go over his stats here in a minute.
Good gracious, man. I'd ask him after the game, are you trying to be the first ever Big Diamond Player of the Week, double Big Diamond Player of the Week?
Right.
I mean,
nobody's ever won it twice.
No, because we try to spread it around.
Yeah.
Wow. But geez, man. I mean, catching the ball, throwing the ball, tackles. I don't think he missed a tackle, and I'm not just saying that. He had a great night for a senior night, and I know that the parents, Philip and they're excited about the game they played. Talked to them after the game a little bit, and also, Noah's coming to his own. It looks like seems like he's worked on throwing the ball a little more. He settled down. His footwork was a little better. Gosh, he's young. I mean, he's just starting to kind of take off, as a quarterback over there at Spring Garden. So I've looked for fantastic things with him.
Obviously, his best game, 130 yards through the air.
Yeah, and thanks to that would be his counterpart on the other end of the ball would have been John Welch, Big John, which was our player of the week just a week or so back. I mean, he had on the night
he had 139 receiving.
Yeah,
on 5 or 6 catches. Now listen to these stats for Pope: 91 yards rushing, 60 yards receiving, and 67 pass.
Yeah.
And Barber threw for 130. Welsh had 5 catches for 139
and a pick 6. John did.
So John's in the last 4 games has really been rolling.
Yep. They stumbled out a little slow out of the gate, and Connor was hurt. Without him, there's another dimension that he brings to the game. He's an important part of that team, and he's been our player of the week. Last year he was our first week 1 player of the week, Connor Bates.
Yes.
And Connor's a big part of that team. His energy, him being out there, and him having confidence of being, 100% where he can contribute, because he's one of those kids that he just wants to daggum play as hard as he can all night long. And he's just going to talk a little bit of crap. And he don't seem like he was. He's super quiet.
Right.
But he loves the game of football for sure. And I know Tim and them are happy with him. And he had a good game too.
Right. He came into the game with 646 yards.
Yeah, he's going to be – he may that's their last, game. But, through the playoffs, if you keep scoring, yards that way, he'll be at 1,000. It's very possible.
Yeah, possible. Do they not have another regular season?
They're done. They'll be off.
So right now you got 3 backs pretty much with over 600 yards.
Yeah,
which would be Welsh.
And a fun surprise was seeing Jacob, playing. He's played the last few weeks, had some back problems, but he had on a 25 jersey, and he's in the backfield like he's at an H-back spot.
Right. You don't want to see him coming at you.
No, he run over like 2 of his – Mr. Dale was telling him after the game, he said, I seen you block on that first or second play, run over 2 of their guys and 2 of his own guys. He just was plowed up.
He just blocking everything. just cleared it
anything
out.
Anything that's moving. Jacob blocks everybody. So him being back there in the backfield, that's a new wrinkle.
Could you imagine him coming at you if you're a corner?
Yeah, and you got Connor or Chappell running behind him.
So I believe I'll set this tackle out.
Because he's just so tight. He just I put some pictures up, and y'all go find them on the page. He just towers over the line over everybody. I strike him about his eye. And John, too. They're so darn tall.
Yeah, they're.
Can't wait to see them play basketball, Dean.
Oh, yeah. Wow. They'll be
sheesh.
I think I can go on and say it. They'll be 2 of the best players in the county, no doubt.
So, pretty much just to sum that all up, they pretty much controlled the game most of the night. Ragland have some good players, and they're a good football team. It just didn't have enough at times. There wasn't a lot of penalties, not really. There was some early in the game, a fumble it was an incomplete pass. Chappell dropped back. I think it was Chappell. I think he was trying to throw the ball, and he kind of grabbed at him, and they said it was an incomplete pass. And, of course, the Ragland bunch booed, and it was a fumble. And, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
They're fighting for their
even if
for
they
their
say
team.
it's a fumble.
Yeah, so, no, nothing really, crazy. Had a good chat there at the end of the game, and congrats to Coach Ragsdale and the staff. They had a good game plan, and if they can hook up with the pass and they play well and they don't turn the ball over, with Coosa Christian coming to town, because the last time they played was it 20-6?
21.
21-6. Mm-hmm. So we look forward to that game coming ahead, and that's the game they want to play. That's the game they're looking forward to playing that game.
Well, I talked to somebody from Spring Garden sat yesterday, and they said that the kids were very excited.
Hello, Aaron. Aaron joined me also Friday night.
Very excited about this game. I'm looking at the local stats.
So again, Aaron came out and appreciate him doing some video stuff for the game. He had the big catch that John made for a big long touchdown pass, and Chapel made a huge block setting up that touchdown pass. So,
well, Chapel, I mean, you throw. I mean, I'm sure he had return yards too. 91 rush, 60 receiving, 67 pass.
And he was our player of the week just a couple of weeks ago.
And John had the other 140.
He won it too this year.
Receiving. So, yes, they both have.
I had a good night. And it's a good night to have a good night. That's what I told Philip Pope, Chap and Chaz. And by the way, Barry did win their game, won big. So,
yeah, I saw that.
Chaz and Luther, I never said Luther. He's got his name Luther Welch on there, Luke. They had a good game Saturday. I think they have one more home game. I've got to get out there and see them play. Man, I just got to go. I just need to. I forget, or I need to put it in my phone because I really want to go see them play.
They usually play 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock games, don't they? Mm-hmm.
And I don't, this weekend would have been a good weekend to go.
Yes.
Crap. Because I talked to Mark a little bit through the day, and he was giving me a score or something that said they'd won later, and darn, man, I want to go see him play.
Yeah.
It's not that. I mean, it's
probably not a hard ticket.
It's 40 minutes. I mean, it's probably a $10 ticket.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, and no, I'm not knocking it, but it's not like going to an Alabama game where you got people scalping. No, you got to get $275.
You go park, you walk up there, get your ticket. Probably they have to do it on your phone. You go in. It's a nice stadium. Marcus,
it is nice.
I took him to a football camp up there. He's going into his senior year. Super nice, plenty of room, concessions, real nice place right there in Rome. So we got to go see them play. So congrats to them. And they'll be hosting Coosa Christian, not this coming, but the next Friday. And Coosa, they have another game?
They play Victory.
Victory Christian, that's right. They had Woodville this week. They won
51-7, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over Woodville.
Woodville, yep. And from coaches here and down there, some, just talk from coaches around that and coaches that's played them. Coach Crane and everybody. Woodville's good. They're much, much improved. Even though I know their loss column is not great, but they're much improved.
I think they can go 5-5 if they win this last. They may be done though.
I don't even know.
A lot of people are done, and a lot's not.
Yeah.
So I'm not real clear on that.
And Cherokee County travels to Asheville. New coach and that area down there, and Kevin's come on here from Kevin's Corner. They have just
589 yards.
Yeah, Jacob had 200 of it. He's
got. Well, I'm looking at that right now. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Marky, at Birmingham Southern next week at Rhodes and at home. I got to get out there. Yeah, I'm just got to put it in my phone. What's up, Jerry?
Jacob went over 1,800 for the year. Friday night.
It was at it was at Spring Garden, Aaron, this during the season, week 1. Now, what was you saying?
I said Jacob went over with his performance the other night. He'll be at 1,800
for the season.
1,812,
and that'll put him for a career.
Oh, I think it's close to 58 now.
57 something. Yeah,
pretty good.
If they count, they don't count playoff run yards.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll go over 1,000 then. 6,000.
Yes.
For the career.
Yeah.
Through the playoffs and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think they should because you're earning the right to play in those. So I think your stats should count.
And I'm gonna talk about some other high school scores, and we'll do our player of the week before we get deep into that kind of stuff. But a surprising stat, Dane, tell them some surprising stats from Cherokee County Asheville game.
Well, the most surprising stat to me was Cherokee County was 6 for 6 throwing the ball for 215 yards.
215 throwing. And the big receiver of that was
Frampton. Which I've told people, I don't know what it is.
He's had his eye on him this year. He's a good player.
That guy's good.
He is. He runs track and stuff too.
I think he just runs good routes.
He's a track guy too, and he's kind of and he works out hard, and he don't have a lot to say. And I go in there in the summer, see him a lot, and he's kind of that silent warrior, man. He's strong.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with him on the year. Obviously, he kicks good, and he's a good kick returner.
Yep, sure enough. He's fast. He's quick.
But now we went and watched Fultondale.
Yeah.
Opening kickoff, he runs it back 55 yards.
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
But he had three of those, three touchdown catches for 3 catches for 174 yards. That's 58 yards a catch, people.
There's, those unsung people that go, it's just it gets missed sometimes, and they don't throw the ball a lot. But I'll tell you right now, if that can continue, and I know what you're going to say in the comments, well, they played Asheville, and they ain't won but like a game. Okay, that's fine. You can say that. But if that kind of trend, if he can continue that and be that balanced,
right?
Now look out. I'm just going to say watch it for Blue
Well,
Map.
and they've gotten a lot better at the passing over the year.
And they have guys out there, it's just another wrinkle for a coordinator to look at next week, because we'll be over here at Bobby Joe Johnson Field. I'll be out here watching them play Fort Payne, and it's going to be cold. Better take your coats, sweatpants, boggins.
Right, yeah. It'll be very cold.
If they can do that, sheesh.
Yeah.
I mean, they're favored. A lot of people have them favored to win state. 90% of people have them favored to win the North for sure.
Yeah.
But if that wrinkle's added along with it, good luck anybody trying to get a team that's going to throw for 200 and run for 300.
Yeah, you're probably not going to win that. That's kind of what the old center team did.
Yes.
No, I mean, not the old, 2009.
Yeah, the team that you was part of.
Yeah, and
Cody and them.
14. I mean, they rushed for 200 yards a game and threw for 200.
Coach Short said it best. Coach Short, he may be on here watching. Coach Short was impressed with the game he's seen them play. Of course, they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage, and that's how they play football. Coach Kelly is verbally known to tell them, our style of football is physical football, and we're going to punch them in the mouth, and we're going to keep throwing punches till they quit.
Right.
And they're going to play defense because Coach Henderson and Coach Chandler do a great job. Coach Turner, that staff has it worked out. They have some dogs on defense, you know. But, Coach Short added, while I was adding to that, their special teams is good too.
Oh, yeah.
So if you got 3 phases of the game, that's –
yeah, the other special teams is very good.
That's
you
how you win.
Kicker, you got a good kick returner. They don't punt, so I wouldn't know.
I hadn't seen them punt a few times.
But, I mean, let's face it. And this isn't Coach Kelly. This isn't news to him. You're more than likely going to have to punt at some point.
Yeah.
But
I've seen him punt a few, but not a lot.
Not much.
No.
I don't know much about
it's usually late in the game when the other
Frampton punt.
They're ahead. Butts kid. Ain't it? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So I mean,
he can punt it too. Good God Almighty!
I think
they joked about him punting it wild. Like during the summer, and then he got it toned down, and maybe Frampton punted, and it was just long, but you don't know where it's going. I think that's what Coach Kelly said.
Well, I think they might have punted a couple of times against Piedmont, but they didn't punt any, I don't think, against Fultondale.
So special teams offense clicking along defensively, they're lights out. I don't think their starters have given up but 20 this year.
And their defense, they probably don't give up 200 yards a game.
Two or three touchdowns of starters have given up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know that Fultondale only had 150. I saw where Asheville had 195. Piedmont didn't have over 150. So they'd not give up any. I don't know what Fluff had in Aniana.
Well, yeah, I had it 212.
So that's probably the only time they'd give up 200 yards.
Yeah, like last year. He's gonna get his, man. The Fluff is a great football player. And he had 2 touchdowns, I think. I think, maybe not. He threw one and run 2. But anyway, hey, look out. Cherokee County's rolling, and they'll be at home this Friday night to finish out regular season, go out there and see them play. Mm-hmm. And also next week, since we're mentioning next week games, Cedar Bluff's got Donahoe.
Cedar Bluff will be at home against Donahoe.
Galesville will be at home versus TCC.
Galesville plays at home Thursday
night game, guys.
Against TCC.
So lots will be on over there on that end of the county. Thursday night at Galesville, Friday night at Cedar Bluff. And that'll move us into Sandrock. They finished out the regular season. We got the score there on the bottom of the screen, 38-22. And I talked to Aaron, Alex, and Ace's dad kind of threw out some of the after half, and I was trying to get when I could get service. If I stood at the 30 on one foot with my finger in the air and my tongue out and one eye crossed, you can get service at Spring Garden.
I don't think I can do all that.
They started out playing pretty good, and it just kind of got away from them. A few penalties or, here or there, but they end regular season. But they're going to bring all these guys back. So Coach Heath is going to have – it's going to be fine. And let me tell you, I was out there the other day.
They may have 22 starters back. I don't know, but it's going to be close. It's probably 20.
That last practice, they're in pad there. It was Monday, Tuesday. Anyway, he said it was their last padded practice. And to know where they are, what kind of season they've had, and what they've been through, some injury stuff here and there, they're running, jogging to their positions.
So it wasn't laid back practice.
No, the kids were excited to be there. Coach Heath, Coach Trapp instead talked to both of them, and they're just, animated about how these young guys they still want to play football.
Wow.
So,
and I heard they had great attitudes about everything.
He said this is one of his team. He's had a lot of fun with this young group.
Well, as well as I do, they'll be a lot better.
Alex, he's had 1,000 yards, over 1,000 passing. He can't even drive a car yet.
Let's see what he had going into this last game.
He don't even have a driver license. Hey, everybody that plays Sand Rock around here next year, they will be a better football team. And I know Spring Garden them usually start out. The game will be at Spring Garden next year. So that'll be a good game to kind of open with over there.
In the Weiss 990 area, which includes Piedmont and Collinsville, Alec went in with the most yards passing with 1,019.
See?
Before that game, followed by McAteer and Cole Wilson from Piedmont.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
He's a good kid, and he's a little chippier than Ace. He carries his feelings a little more on his sleeve a little bit further. I like old Alec, man. He's not scared of nothing, and he quizzes them. Check this out. I've never seen this before. At practice, they end the practice, they're running. And if they win, they get to take their pads off. So they had won, the week before, so they didn't have to run their pads. While they're running, when they get on the line, Coach Heath calls out a play. Not like 11-14. He calls out Z-stripe waggle, Y left striper. And they have to repeat that. They run down the field and stop, and they have to repeat it to him.
Z-right waggle.
So I can see what he's doing there. I've never seen that done, but that's good to this young group to how to memorize these plays. So
I'm looking at Jacob's stats here, Coach. This is what I've got because I just add to it each week.
Yeah.
So Jacob now with his 202-yard performance has 5,780 yards rushing.
Career.
49 catches for 768 yards, 79 touchdowns, 277 tackles, and 6,548 yards of total offense.
Over 6,000 total yards. Yeah. I believe he'll be picked up and play football somewhere. But what Starkey say? If somebody don't pick them boys up, him and Anderson, we're doing something wrong here. We don't know what we're doing at all.
So 79 touchdowns. Whew, that's a lot. Herschel Walker scored 87 in high school.
Well, he's Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
He was a maniac. That's, our area stuff. And, of course, we want to do our player of the week. And, like always, we're not always on the popular train for player of the week. Sometimes it is the most easy thought of player of the week, like, well, duh. But sometimes, when you get down in the stats and you study on a game and you see, what's going on and how a player affects all the game.
Right.
We've got into a lot of players of the week this year that's been offensive, defense, and special teams players it's not just they are great on just one side, but
right.
They just do it all.
Had all around. We've had a lot of all around type performances.
Yeah. And of course, Jacob is one. He had 400 or 500 yard rushing night, and that's but he could win it every week.
Yeah. We didn't. He actually did not win it that week because we gave it to him
the week before.
So I know you're going, I got 400 yards and didn't
I
win
know.
player. But, we got a rule here that we don't give it to
Yeah, we
the
try
same
not to do
player.
that. We try to spread the love around because the year Luke won it, Mark. I know Mark's watching. Luke could have won it every week.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jacob.
it was 200 yards and a night every Friday.
I mean, we can't bring. And
he would
plus,
have-
what we're going to do? Give Jacob 11 shirts?
If you have, average 200 yards rushing for Luke and 10,
Tackles.
12, 15 tackles a night, I mean,
Right.
he was good. Obviously, he plays at college too. And
Well,
Luke's
you had a
great.
1,000-yard season, 100 tackle season.
Oh, man, it's just not. So, with that being said, this week, Dean, with receiving yards and everything else that goes on, this is to a really special young guy, and I'm proud that we'll be able to highlight him this week.
Obviously, Ben Frampton, 3 catches, 174 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8 PATs.
Yeah.
8 PATs. So he scored
a lot of points for the
26 points. Now, we saw a guy last week score about 40. So Ben's right up there, 26. That's a lot of points for a ball game.
Yeah, congrats, Ben. I mean, he's out there catching the ball and
that's
kicking the ball and returning the ball.
That's 58 yards.
I think he does everything with the ball but throw it.
He hadn't thrown it yet.
No. So congrats, Ben. He's a good kid. He's part of the track team there. He likes fishing and hunting like most kids do around here. Good kid. So I can't wait to get out there this week and see him.
And he blocks a lot too. So you could add him to be he moved down to that tight end.
He's a part of they're like football.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team sport.
And their line's awesome. Center's line's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, hey, with that, and a lot of these guys are going to be back next year. And so, look for a lot of some of these players of the week. They're not all seniors. We usually like to try to give it to seniors, try to honor them.
But that's not
sometimes
always,
it don't work out that way.
It's not practical always.
No, not always. So, again, congrats, Ben Frampton, Cherokee County High School, 174 receiving on 5 catches.
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me, Ben. 3.
Sorry to offend you, Ben.
Sorry to offend you there, buddy. 3 into 18 is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 60 a catch, and it's right. I'm just doing quick math.
60. He averaged 60.
62.3.
I don't know how long all 3 of his touchdowns were, but
obviously got loose.
Yeah.
He
That's
works.
a field day.
He's right in there with all them, with Hayden and Landon and Jacob, of course, and Tay and all the boys, and Zach and Caleb. They're in there in the weight room, man. I see them this summer. They're, he pushes weights right there along with all those guys.
Let's see what Ben's stats were going into the game. I've been high on this kid. I just think he's a good receiver. Now I know that's not what Cherokee County does.
What's up, Kevin?
They run the ball, but he's got 8 catches this year for 249 yards.
So now he's got.
Well, that's what he had. That's what he's got
after.
now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Which that's averaging 31 yards a catch.
Wow.
Plus he's kicked.
And he would kick returns.
650 extra points.
I'll tell you how many punt return yards he's got.
Oh, I've seen him.
Man,
I've seen him
100
have
in a
230s, 230-yard kick returns this year.
Yeah.
And he's kicked how many extra points? Has he even missed? He's not missed many. And I want to give a shout out to Carter Dillingham. Very good PAT guy for Cedar Bluff.
Yeah.
I think he only missed 2 this year so far.
Ben, I think he's
maybe missed a couple.
I think he's missed 1. That's all I can think. And I don't even know if I don't know. I'm on side on he ain't missed none because it's not enough to.
Right.
Right.
Well, you hear about the Cornellos and the Wheelers and the Tristan Browns and Landon Ransom. You don't hear much about Ben, but Ben's got some pretty good numbers.
Yep. Yeah. They're all part of that team, just like from Hernandez,
Right.
He's a huge part of that team. Martin, Cooper, he's one of those linemen, man. He plays right there on the front. Those guys are part of that team. And of course, I know Caleb Harbor. We always see him at the fall festival.
Diamond.
Yeah, you can't miss those guys.
Yeah, there's a bunch. You got Tripp Davis back there, Alex Johnson, Cooper Rogers.
Yeah, he's doing better. He hurt his collarbone, so he's on road recovery, doing okay.
A good squad.
Yep. So congrats, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, big stuff, man. It's good stuff. In other news going on around, some of these scores are from the South, and I bring some of these up in to mention the idea of, because we're going to, if you're around here, you may run into some of these teams.
Right.
So 1A, some surprises here. Marion County, 41-28 over Hubbardville. Coosa, we'd mentioned 51-0 over Woodville. Brantley Dean is still marching right along. They beat Red Level 54-13. Elba beat Pleasant Home 64-14. Sweetwater 42-7 over St. Luke. Not a big surprise. Maplesville 49-0 over Urbana. Not a big surprise. Here's the star. Leroy 26, Milry 0.
I don't understand that.
Well, Milry's receiver is out.
I know Leroy's undefeated though. I looked that up after you told me.
This Leroy team, circle them. You're probably going to see them in
26-0.
But again, Milry lost their receiver.
Right.
That's the word on the street. So if that's true, that must be. But their quarterback's awesome.
Yes, he's a do it all type quarterback.
And Meek 25-0 over Cherokee, 25-12. Addison gets a win, 54-0 over Phillips, which I think Phillips Bear Creek. That's what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, Phillips Bear Creek.
54-0. Addison. Addison's got a good squad, man.
Addison always. Sounds like they're back to form.
Now, Lynn, a team knocking around up here that Coosa run into last year at Coosa, and Coosa took care of them. 47-20 over South Lamar, 47-20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
And then now that in that region, I've got all this wrote down. I think South Lamar they are second in that region over there. I think so. So 2A stuff, the team that Bo talked about last week, and Tuscaloosa Academy 48-26 over Cold Springs. Pisgah over Section 50-20. Hatton 36, Red Bay 24. Collinsville, Coach Willingham 56-7 over North Sand Mountain.
Well, that was impressive.
And Henderson boy, Rogers Q's boy had.
Oh yeah, he had 800 going in.
Another great game.
I didn't know he had that many yards. He's nearing 1,000. He's just a sophomore, right?
Yep. Yeah, he had been over Cedar Bluff for a little while. He's running the ball at Collinsville. He's had tearing it up.
Yeah, he can catch too.
Yeah, a good athlete. Oh, his daddy was. Heard he was.
Yeah,
heard he could do about everything. Shoot basketball, shoot deers.
I heard stories that Milk was going to be good, but now he's exceeded expectations.
Well, watching him play little, so he was little.
Mm-hmm.
He would come to practice when Marcus and him played and Hurdy coached. But he was little, like maybe even in diapers. Because see, he's 5 or 6 years younger than Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
I think he's a 10th grader.
So Marcus was 10. He was like 4.
Right.
He was a young, just a small tyke. And he would come to practice and he'd run ball. I mean, he'd run in.
Right.
I mean, and after he got a little older, Hurdy said this one right here. I mean, he's got a lot of kids that's played football. A couple of boys are good. And of course, Ben's boys, he's had some kids that have been good too.
Yes, he has.
But Hurdy said he's special.
Right.
He's got it. So Collinsville takes the win over North Sand Mountain. That's a good region win for them. And 5 over Ider, of course, 46-0. And Coach Benefield, 300 wins at 5.
Yeah. 345.
With how many losses? It was 45-11 and
345, wasn't it? Was it 345 and 56? It's something.
How you do that?
45. I don't know if it's 45. I think it was though. Well, he's been at 5 since I was doing student teaching. He's been at 5 since 99. And he was at Sylvania before that, starting in about 92 or 93. So he's coached 31 years.
You got to congrats Coach Benefield, 300 wins at 5.
Yeah.
I think he's probably got 5 more games this year to win.
I would say there. From what I saw last week, I don't see him going out in the first round.
No,
for sure.
No. But this team here, Reeltown, and I follow their page and I share some of their stuff. So some of their fans are on our page talking a little bit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They would be excited to play 5. I'll say that.
Really? I didn't know I could ever hear that.
They welcome all comers is pretty much what was said.
They've had some good teams.
They beat Highland home 21-14.
Highland Home's got a good squad.
Yes, Laverne 36-0 over Lafayette. Danny Locust 14 beats Walnut Grove West End 51-12.
They're undefeated, right?
Yeah. Lynette 62-14 over Barber County. Aliceville, which I seen a few years ago over at Spring Garden Mall, they got some dudes.
And they got some athletes, don't they?
They beat Greene County 46-6. JB Pennington talked to his dad a little bit over there, 42-12 over Southeastern. What about expected? Dean, your Lexington team 64-12 over Sheffield.
Ooh, Lexington. That's the one that gave was it Pisgah some trouble?
Yeah.
Pisgah beat them, but that was early in the year. I think they beat them 42-27.
Yeah. That's 2A stuff. Some of these teams you're going to know and hear. Also 3A just got about 10 scores. Sylvania had beat Westbrook 30-7. Hopes Bluff 21-22.
Lost on the 2-point conversion.
Overtime 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
Wow, what a heck of a game we missed. I almost started to go over there, but it was kind of closer. Spring Garden game was good at half. It's like, okay, this is going to be a good game. I was going to go over there, and I was like, man, if I leave, just crap.
It's not far, but yeah, they lost I heard that Coach Bluff lost one fumble at the 2, and maybe another one at the 20, and it obviously cost them.
What a heck of a season!
Yeah, and they've still got one game left. Play Sardis, and they're in.
No, they are in.
They're in at 4.
Okay.
What I heard, which means they'll have to play
somebody on
Matacad.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Somebody can break it down for us. So Hatchie lost to Plainview 34-18. May have been
that got them in.
That's what got Hokes Bluff.
That got Hokes Bluff.
Plainview helped Hokes Bluff get in. But listen to this. Now, I checked 2 different places to make sure I had the right score. Mars Hill 36. Scottsboro, they beat Scottsboro 36-35.
Wow. That's a pretty big win. Scottsboro 6A. Not a bad 6A.
No, they beat Fort Payne pretty good. And Mars Hill
scored, 56?
I think it was at Scottsboro.
Wow.
I think they come down here to Scottsboro and 36 points was enough to beat them. There's a 3A team that you may see rocking around there.
I know them in Sylvania right now are the favorites to win the 3A North.
Yes. Fayette County 36-18 over Midfield. Lauderdale County 41, Colbert Heights 7, but the Colbert Heights is over.
There's another good team.
Lauderdale
County. Yeah.
Mobile Christian, put a check by that team right there. Check. These guys are marching. They're rocking. I don't think they've scored under 40 this year. They beat Thomasville 45-14. Team I got checked off here. Randolph County 42 over Dadeville 22. Here's another check mark team right here. Check this one. Write this one down. St. James 32. Sumter Central 18. 34-18 over them. Alabama Christian Academy, put a check by that little team right there too. 54 over Southside Selma, not Southside of Gas.
Right. Southside Selma's good.
54-34. So Alabama Christian, St. James, Randolph County, and Mobile Christian and Lauderdale County. All these teams in 3A, they're
3A playoffs are going to be fantastic.
The South.
Yeah. Look at all the good teams you got in that.
Look out.
Yeah. 3A North looks to be very strong.
Yeah. Gordo versus Clements, Oakland and Colbert County, Mars Hill, Winfield, Lauderdale County, Fayette County.
That's good.
Sylvania, Venomant, Geraldine, Susan Moore, J.B. Pennington, Hokes Bluff, and Madison Academy and Ohatchee, which this is going to change now.
That'll get up.
So this will be
Plainview? That'll be Hokes Bluff and Plainview.
Hokes Bluff will, I guess. That's right. Hokes Bluff will get them, and then Plainview will get.
For Piedmont. Will Piedmont?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess Piedmont. Piedmont will get them.
Yeah, we got to go back in and adjust. But most of these are still right. So, yeah, J.B. Pennington's. Is J.B. going to play Piedmont, Kevin? Bun, what is that? Where have you been? Where is he
Hokes
doing? Hokes Bluff was already in.
Okay.
Piedmont need Ohatchee to lose. So,
okay. So Hokes Bluff, I just took it like Plainview had to beat Ohatchee for Hokes Bluff to get in.
That's the way I understood it.
So that was for 3 and 4, basically.
Yes. So, this.
So you go from playing J.B. Pennington to playing Madison Academy. That's tough. That's a big jump. That's
JB Pennington versus Piedmont. Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, you're right.
Which that,
Thanks. It's good to see you, Brandon. There's some good teams around here, man.
that 3A looks like a very tough out.
And it'll be Thursday, December the
9th. Is it? No,
I think it's the
7th. 7th.
The 6th. Wednesday. They play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday will be 1, 3, and 5A. Wednesday the 6th, and Thursday will be 2, 4, 6, and then they'll finish Friday the 8th.
Okay.
7, 8.
I thought it's a week later this year, which I like.
Yeah, I got some vacation time I have to use before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to take that Friday. That will be December the what? 8th.
Just going to go watch 7A.
Wait. Hold up. What day?
6. The 6th will be 1, 3, and 5.
Oh, I thought it was on the 7th. I thought it was Thursday and Friday.
No, they have to play 3 days because you got odd, even, then 7A plays 1 day by themselves.
So they've changed it.
No, that's always been that way.
On Wednesday, we've been on a Friday last year.
Well, maybe days, but odd.
Oh, I meant days.
Odd plays 1 day, then even plays.
Yeah, I'll try to go the 7th, the Thursday.
That'd be the day that Cherokee County, if they was to make it, they would be. They would play on December the 7th. Probably. I wish they could get out of that early game.
I wish.
4A.
I know we always go down on Friday and watch. I don't like that. If it's only 7A is going to be on Thursday.
Or maybe they'll play 7A first. No, they always finish with 7A.
Oh, no. I mean,
Don't they always finish with 7A?
No, 7A plays the Wednesday.
They open the AHSA
Yes.
Super 7.
That's how they've been doing it.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me make sure.
Because I didn't see a team. It just said
You're right.
Super 7 starts that day. But yeah, look for that. See what we find out. We can probably get somebody here, Coach Shore, somebody know.
What is that? What do they call it? The HSA State Championships.
Super 7.
Super 7. Yeah.
Madison Academy won by 5 over Pennington last time they played.
Wow. Pennington's for real.
Yeah, they got a good team. 4A. Westminster team, guys, circle that name. Put a check mark right there by that team. Westminster, they're going to wind up running into Oak Grove, it looks like. And Central and East Limestone played it. It showed the game, but I never found a score on either place. West Morgan 62, Wilson 0. Deshler, that's a big win over Brooks. Brooks is ranked. They're like number 2 or 3 in that region they're in. They beat them 56-28.
Deshler's coming on again.
Dora 47-22 on Thursday night over Oak Grove. Randolph 28, Priceville 24, and the last here North Jackson 85. Kate Duncan DAR 14.
85.
Never heard of Kate Duncan. I don't know.
That's DAR.
Yeah.
They never call them that. Nobody does, really.
Yeah.
I know they do on the page, but
and like we said, next up will be Galesville will host TCC. Cedar Bluff hosts Donahoe, and Spring Garden. Spring Garden is off, and Cherokee County will host Fort Payne, which is a game that will be at.
I'm trying to find.
Where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at Friday?
I'll be at Cedar Bluff, Donahoe.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, I about got this. Well, they got everything in the world on here.
Except 2 plays.
Except 2 plays on.
I always thought they ended the AHSA Super 7 with the 7A. I don't remember them starting it with the 7A.
I thought 7A played on that Wednesday. I don't know.
Seems like we always go on a Thursday.
We went on a Friday last year. Or I think. I might not have had I can't find no information.
Because 1A starts it. They play 1, 3, and 5. 1A plays first.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3A will play after lunch. And then 5A will play that night game.
Coach Short, can you give us that schedule on that?
Yeah, have they got times made out of which teams 1, 3, 5 play? They usually play them first.
He's got it. 3A, 1A, and 5A Thursday.
Okay.
See if you can find out who plays Friday.
Well, Friday would be
1,
It'd be 2, 4, and 6.
2, 4. Yeah, that's when we go.
On Friday, 2, 4, and 6, which would be Cherokee County if they make it.
Yes, and 5.
Yes, same as last year.
Yeah, what we did. That's what we did last year.
And Tuscaloosa's Auburn's kind of not a bad drive. Yeah, 4, 2, and 6. Let me write that.
Okay, so 7A's on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, they're going to start it with. Okay, so they're going to open the Super 7 up with. Okay, let me write that down here. Let's see.
Well, see, we've mixed it up. We've gone
4.
on Thursdays and Friday. I think one year you went on a Thursday and a Friday.
I went with Garrett now.
That's
Coach
what
Grant.
it was. You went after we went.
Yep.
Now, I have gone on Thursdays before.
And then, so 2, darn, 2, 4, 6. So 1, 1A, 3A, and 5A, which, well, he gave me the order of it 3, 1, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
3, 1, and 5. They play Thursday. Okay.
2, 4, and 6 on.
Yeah, 4A play first.
4A plays first.
Man, darn it.
That means we got to get up early and head down there. It's in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that Auburn's a long drive.
Auburn is. Where is it in Auburn this year?
No, it's the Tuscaloosa.
Okay, good. That's not a bad
We was at
drive.
Auburn last year, right?
Yeah. I say I get mixed up with the years. I wouldn't mind the championship in Birmingham like they did
they
that
do
one
it
year.
there.
That was fantastic.
Every year. Don't move it. Stop going to Auburn, Alabama.
Was
I'm
that
just
2
serious.
years ago?
Yeah.
That was great.
Stop
No,
moving it.
I'm not kidding. That was nice.
It's cleaner. It's nicer. The bathrooms don't have rust running down the pee buckets. The concession stands don't smell like vomit and frog doo-doo toilet water. But I'm not talking both the place. It's just
Both. That's just
They're
a
just-
college stadium.
it's
for you.
old.
Yes, they're old. Tennessee.
And it's so big, like you just get lost trying to get a seat in there. I mean,
Mm-hmm. And God, Birmingham's nice.
it's just easy. Boom, shoot off right there. Bang, bam, boom. Off the side. Down there, you pull off the side of the road. People's there. Oh, yeah, man, I'll park you here. $5. I'll watch you. You come back after the game, you get your car, you go.
Get on the
get
interstate,
something to eat. You're gone. You're at home in an hour.
Yes. Hour and a half at the most.
I mean, just after you get on the interstate, it's an hour.
Yeah.
After you piddle through town for 30, 40 minutes, you
Yeah.
get up on this exit and go on that ramp, and
Yeah.
you're back on
Next
65.
thing you know, you've seen the 30 miles to get.
Yeah.
Or 20.
Don't move it no more. Just play at UAB.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Now, the South teams may not like that too much.
Well, it's right in the middle.
Well,
It's
I
just
agree.
as far for,
They like going to Auburn, probably.
well, yeah, I guess so. And the South does too. Tuscaloosa is kind of the South. I don't feel like part of the North.
No,
it's
it
more-
feels south to me.
It's way southwest. You're talking about over there at
If you look at that land down
Pickens
there,
County or that area, that whole spot.
yeah, there's not many mountains. That's southern Alabama.
It is. If you played the game at Huntsville at the Von Braun,
That would be,
that's where you should do. Play it at Birmingham or play it at
Yeah.
Auburn and
right.
Huntsville.
Yeah, but you don't
That'd be
want
north and south. It's not north. Tuscaloosa is not considered North Alabama to me.
right. No,
North Alabama's Huntsville.
you don't want to play it in Florence. Now that would make the South mad.
Ooh-wee. Yeah,
That's
you
a
go
long way for the North.
played for Decatur. You gotta go up there and play it.
Oh my gosh, I got a nice stadium.
Played at Red Bay.
What Sullivan? Ain't that the one
No,
right on the
No,
line?
that's Red Bay. Sheesh.
Red Bay, you can see Mississippi.
Yes.
Cherokee, you can see Mississippi.
There's like gambling places like right over the line.
Oh yeah, you can see some poor guy that's gotten over his gambling addiction goes to the state championship game
Nah,
up there
man, I
and
can't believe I blew it again.
never comes
Coach
back.
never comes back. Busted on gambling charges over here. So that's kind of a look around the land. And again, 1A playoff, like Lynn's going to play Shoals Christian, South Mar, Meek, Pickens County, and Addison.
That'll be a good game.
Yep. And I'm going to go back and find this.
Is it
other
looking
one.
like Fife and them's going to face off against Fife and Pisgah?
Fife gets West End and Pisgah gets Pleasant Valley.
I think they'll both advance.
So let's see. I missed the 1A region 5 and 8. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to put this on here.
Jeff Ballard, how you doing, buddy?
What's up there?
I told him I would. Jeff, I'll call you this week. That's a promise on our friendship.
How did I miss? Trying to find 1A. There it is. Because I missed a game here. 1A. Okay, I'm doing 5 plays 8. So we got Lynn plays Shoals Christian. That's 5 plays number 4 of 8. and South Lamar, which is 2 of Region 5, plays Meek, 3 of Region 8. Pickens County, 3 of Region 5, will play Addison. So then Hubbardville will play, I didn't write that down. Hackleburg will play Hubbardville.
Hackleburg and Hubbardville. Them two's matched up a lot over the years.
And y'all can find these.
They're both a long way.
AL Prep.
Mm-hmm.
Just type in alprep.com. They got a bracket. And I've shared them on the page.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good, really broke down. So, and they gives you all the North and South teams. And they update it. They had Cedar Bluff on there since they had won the other day. So, good news for them. And again, congratulations, Ben.
Yeah, Ben. Good job.
Player of the week. And that'll kind of do it for our local stuff. And we're going to hit some show 209. Guys, we thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with us. And we'll get into a little bit of college talk if y'all kind of like that stuff. We do.
Yeah, we love it.
We like that stuff. I guess, let me do this.
Okay.
College stuff. We'll do. What do you think about Penn State? 33-24.
I was shocked.
Yeah,
Indiana's not very good.
Penn
Is Penn State not very good?
I guess so.
They're having some quarterback troubles, but he did throw a game-winning touchdown pass.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, those 210 yards. Indiana's 0 for 12 at Penn State.
Indiana come to play yesterday.
I don't know. 1987 versus Ohio State was the last ranked road team to win. In Indiana.
Really? 1987.
Yeah. 24-24. That late in the game, Lambert switched out. He made a big catch to kind of put them back ahead. They go for 6, which they scored a touchdown. Penn State did. Now, defensively stopping Indiana, they fumbled the ball, got the safety. That's what kind of changed it. 33-24. Penn State seals the deal. Their defense come to play. You're playing Indiana.
Right.
I don't know.
Indiana got up on them. Aller. Yeah.
Aller. Guy looks like he never shaved in his life.
Right. You're not sold on Aller.
Yeah, Coach Short says they just look average.
Penn State, they don't look great.
No.
Because Indiana is not great.
No.
They may be okay this year, but they're not supposed to win that ball game.
No. Yeah, I know.
They're just not supposed to win it.
You got to give me some credit for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Kansas, 26-21 Kansas. It was 26-27 Oklahoma at the end of the third quarter, Dean. 38-33, 443 total yards for them, 218 passing for Kansas, 225 rushing. Oklahoma had 11 penalties for 100 yards. That's the mark.
That got big. That going to be. And I don't know if people know this, but Kansas quarterback didn't play. That's not their starter.
They were 2 for 10 on third down.
2 for 2. That's
how you gonna win a football game?
Well, you can't. That's 20%. Plus, you got 100 yards in penalties.
Man, Gabriel, the guy that everybody seemed he was Heisman contender around some of these talk shows. 14 for 19, 167, threw a pick. He rushed for 64 yards.
I think he would have won the Heisman if he'd done a touchdown there.
They had 270 total yards.
Ooh, that's
rushing.
Bad. Oh, just rushing.
Yeah, they knocked down a pass at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of sealed the deal there. 38-33, Rock Top Jayhawks.
38-33. All right.
Kind of the game of the week, I guess. I want you to tell me about this one because Graham Mertz played a good football game. Florida, Georgia, biggest shrimp cocktail party. Go get you crab heads and you cold beers or whatever they got going on down there. Mertz played a good game.
He did. He threw for 230 yards, but
they took the opening drive.
Yeah, boom, scored. And then next thing it's 26. It's 33-7.
Nothing.
No.
Couldn't do nothing else.
Georgia wins 43-20. Matt, one of our favorites, Matt's favorites, Lad McConkey had a breakout day.
Well, he's got back healthy. Burge is excited about,
he killed him.
They beat him by 3 touchdowns.
He had 6 catches for 136.
That's 14-point spread on the game.
Yeah, 14 points. Edwards, Milton rushed for 150, 500 yards. But Florida had over 300. But back again, Matt, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dale filled in good for Bowers, but he didn't have to do a lot. McConkey did most of it.
Well, in the Georgia defense, from what it showed on the screen, they only got 3 seniors started.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Well, so you got McConkey back 100%. Begg just keeps showing out. But now it seems to me that Georgia's getting their running games going. They had 500 yards.
Yes, I kind of felt because they go down and kick 3. Okay, Florida comes out, boom, boom, bang, down the field, 7. Georgia comes out, sputter, putter. I thought they're going to sputter down here, and they went there and kicked the field goal, made it 7-3. I thought, Georgia, if you further around now, Florida may beat them. Or if they keep it close like that, well, the Georgia defense, those 3 seniors, step up and play lights out. McConkey goes down the field. They went up settling for 3 on that. They had a bust on a play. But McConkey scores that touchdown. He's the one that makes it 10-7.
It's just not lights out.
It did. Edward was for 6. He runs in a touchdown, made it 17-7. Fumble, Mertz got hit, drops the ball. Georgia gets the ball back, and that's when it just started rolling into the second quarter. Edwards had another touchdown, 24-7, and on and on and on. Like you said, 43-20.
43-20.
That was the 100th meeting of the game.
Yeah, and
100 meetings.
And it's usually, I've told people all week, you can't ever tell who's going to win that one. But this year, there was no doubt. After, I'd say, the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of about halftime. You're like, okay, this is, by the end of the first quarter, starting into the second there when Edwards scored that other touchdown, he just kind of handled it for the rest of the day. So 100 meetings for them, Beck, 315, you said? That's plenty of yards. Graham, 25 for 34. He's thrown for 230 and threw 2 touchdowns.
He did good against a good defense. He did well. He threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Two touchdowns.
So Dogs are 8-0, and the Gators be 5-3. Yeah.
So they've lost to Utah, Georgia, and
Tennessee.
No, they beat Tennessee. Matt, quickly, and we won't have to break this down. USC survives an overtime over Cal, 50-49.
That's embarrassing.
50-49, but they did come from behind.
That's probably one of the most embarrassing games I think I could probably ever.
And Williams' numbers were modest. They wasn't bad, but they were just modest. I don't think he's going to win the Heisman again.
No.
He's not doing well. He's doing okay, but he's not doing like he was.
No, I didn't write down a lot of notes for USC. It was a later game. Washington, Stanford, I wrote down just like a score and some stuff. Did a little Colorado, a little bit of them. I went and catch some of that game later. Supposedly now, this is the news. That's when you hit the subscribe button, guys. It's very easy. YouTube, subscribe. Facebook, hit the thumbs up button on there on the side. The like button, or hit the heart button. We'd appreciate it. Lincoln Riley missed 2 days of practice last week, and supposedly he may be in talks. He's put in for an NFL job.
So he wasn't sick.
I don't think so.
No.
It's just kind of coincidental. Right in the middle of the season, when after you lose that game to Notre Dame, he's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." Somebody come along and said, "Hey, buddy, you like to bring that offense? You can be the offensive coach at 49ers."
Right. Who's great anyway.
Yeah, or the Raiders. Bring him out to Vegas. Just watch a couple hour drive across the state over there. There's something more going on. It's just as confusing as the Utah-Oregon situation with Cam Rising. Super confusing, super confusing.
Oregon just smoked.
Why is Cam not playing? Nobody can tell us nothing. The coach said he's out rest of the year. What do you mean? He just had surgery last year.
Yeah, he's done.
It's fixing to be a year. Like, he's 10 months. How are you 10 months out on knee surgery? Number 13, Utah takes on number 8, Oregon at Fox at 2:30. I missed some of the first part of it, but Barnes, 600 yards, 3 picks.
Yeah.
But he threw 4 touchdowns. The Ducks score on their opening drive. So I think, well, I've seen this before somewhere.
Right.
Is Bo back in for the Heisman talk?
Yes, from what I hear, he is. Bo, Penix, Steele, Jordan Travis is getting a lot of.
Well, Bo's throw 20 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, how many picks? 2, 3?
2.
Yeah, Jordan Travis is getting a lot of talk now. But yeah, Bo may be the leading contender right now. Because he didn't play bad against Washington.
Penix is playing good too.
He is. He had a good game last night. He threw for 360 yards.
Yeah.
They're just not playing as well since they won that Oregon game. They beat Stanford 42-33.
Yes.
Kind of a shock.
Kind of sum up the Oregon game, and I mean, just be honest, Nick's on a QB drive with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. Utah on a 4th down, 6 for 15 on 4th downs. That's terrible. Utah strips the ball from the running back. That was a huge play. Kind of, you could feel the momentum. They were trying to get it back, but then Nick hooks up to Jones, made it 14-3, and then Nick's to Franklin made it 21-3 with 6:53 left till the half.
Mm-hmm.
I can see, they're better.
There was never any doubt. Never any.
Before halftime, I knew, okay, this Utah has no answer for them. What did you think? Did you watch any of it?
I did watch a little. It was just a beatdown. I mean, no, we actually flipped it back to the Okie game, which that was going on at the. It started a little earlier, but we didn't because it was just they were up on them, boom, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 21-3, like you said, or second quarter.
Yeah, 6 minutes, 53 minutes, 6:53 till the half.
Yeah,
it's 21-3.
Yeah. So we did not watch any of
that's
that.
the note I wrote was Oregon's just better. Run, pass.
Mm-hmm.
Their hits, they were tackling hard. They did against Washington, man. Remember that?
Yeah. Oregon. I thought they were better than Washington.
That Dan Lanning, I still think so.
Yeah.
I know they lost the game, but I'm just telling you the truth.
You can be better than somebody and lose to them.
North Carolina State scored 24-14. They beat Clemson. Is Dabo kind of
Well, according to Feinbaum,
this time turn the page and move on?
Well, I don't know if he wanted to go that far, but he said he's going to have to get with the times. I don't think I need to fire the guy. My gosh, that's a little drastic.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I think it's time. He may need to make some changes and do some things different.
You think Georgia juniors will go pro? I guess they could.
I mean, I don't know. I don't hear much about them. Who are all of them?
Yeah. Well, they got those seniors, they're, D-backs and stuff. Cody Amos said, you'll find out more about Georgia for the next 3 weeks. Yeah. And the Cocktail Bowl, looking at the comment section, the Cocktail Bowl will be home and home for the next year. Are they going? I think they fixed that up. So Jacksonville's building a new stadium on site. Okay, good. Aaron says, thank you. In a couple of weeks, hopeful that you can put in. Yeah, we want you to come on back down and hang out with us another week here. Cam Rising was on game day. Okay. I wound up going to Gadsden that morning, so I didn't get to see. Well, I seen they had a little Nas X, and I'm gonna try to stay away from people who openly worship Satan. I'm just gonna.
Where's that at?
I'm gonna kind of steer clear of that. They brought him on game day as a special guest.
Who?
Little Nas X. He's a rapper.
And he openly worships Satan.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
they asked Cam Rising about what he was going to play, and he would commit. He wouldn't comment on the. See, I don't know, man. There's more to this stupid story. I'm not.
Well, it's hurt them. I mean, they're out of it now. I mean, they're done. They were not, but they are now.
No.
They're just done.
We'll jump back into Pac-12. Stay right there on that line. 21-7. We talked about Washington, Stanford. You was telling me about that at the half.
Yeah.
42-33 in Penix, 21-38, 369. Well, what do you? I mean,
they have 460 yards. They just hadn't been putting the nail in the coffin. I mean, I don't understand. Stanford comes back from 29 down and beats.
So much Stanford and Arizona have kind of.
Well, now Arizona's pretty good.
They've kind of gotten better after they played Colorado.
Yeah, well, Stanford beat Colorado, then they lose to UCLA 55-7, and then they nearly beat Washington. So I don't understand. I don't want to go out on a limb and say that I just don't think Washington. I think Washington's the worst team in the top 8. I'll just say it. They're the worst team in the top 8.
Huh.
And they're 5th.
But
you can't put them above Oregon.
That Mendoza kid at Cal USC a while ago, he threw for nearly 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they had a great game. Stanford had a great game.
So Washington Huskies, am I going to move them out of my – well, we're not going to have the Wednesday night show, by the way. It'll be Tuesday, Halloween night. I've already shared this on YouTube for subscribers. You've already seen the post come up. It's got the little ghost in the corner and the cobwebs. It'll be the college selection show.
Yeah.
So we'll get into more about
it's going to come on.
Yeah, Washington. We're curious to see where they're going to be at.
Yeah, that is interesting, Matt.
What other ones you got?
Before we break any down, and I'm not happy about it at all, but North Carolina loses to Georgia Tech 46-42.
I didn't even write that down. I was so disgusted by that.
They had a 42-32 lead. Great stats. Had 500 yards. May had a good game.
It's like you pull for these teams.
Hayes King over Georgia Tech, 4 touchdown passes.
See, he's from Miami.
Yeah, Hayes King
came from Miami, and the kid at Mississippi State. We'll talk about Mississippi State Auburn in a minute.
Yeah, Micah.
Right. He's from Vanderbilt. I picked Vanderbilt to be great because of him. He left.
Anyway, but that was a shocker to me. That's 2 straight.
I don't understand what's going on.
And now Georgia Tech has beat North Carolina and Miami.
What is going on? Well, this whole thing, the Pac-12 talk, was, and I'm getting to the point for the ACC. The whole thing, the whole year was, the Pac-12 is big, this awesome. They may not have a team make it.
No, I don't think they will.
You see what I'm saying?
I think it was Benton that said that. I'll have to agree.
They may not have a team. Now, the ACC, who's rocking along here? What do we got going? Miami beats Virginia in overtime, same as last year.
Florida State hammered Wake.
Like they should. We talked about Clemson a while ago. They dumped another game. Louisville, Duke couldn't even score. Louisville beat them 23-0.
Louisville just shut them out. I thought Duke might win that game.
The Leonard kid was the guy. Did he just get his arm ripped off? Did he play with one arm like the guy from Washington that we talked about from 1930, Rose Bowl?
Had the interception.
Had one eye and one arm. I'm just kidding. He had one eye.
Had like 4.
He led the team in picks.
I thought he did have one arm.
No, but he had one eye. But what happened? What's going on with Duke and Carolina?
Duke
the Carolinas,
both of them.
Yeah,
going down.
Did something blow in the air across there? Some come across the ocean.
Which we're not going to break it down, but South Carolina loses to Texas A&M 30-17.
That just wasn't a good. I went back and watched highlights today,
but I'm
just still not impressed with A&M. I'm not.
No. I do like their quarterback though. I do. I like Max Johnson, but I don't know, Matt. 23-0. How many? Let me see how many yards Duke had. They didn't. Louisville Duke. Let's see.
We fix to get into Kentucky and Auburn, guys.
Just why? Alabama.
Yeah, we just did. We just talked about Georgia. We kind of let off with them.
23-0. Players team stats. Duke had 200 yards, Matt.
Oh God. UCLA plays Arizona at Arizona. That may be a good game.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Riley Leonard is playing hurt. 9 for 23 for 121 yards. 10 carries for 13. I think he's playing hurt, and it's hurting Duke.
Yeah.
Because his numbers aren't like that.
You got to pull him, man. You can't just leave him in there. So
you got to.
The ACC's in a mess. Pac-12 is probably not even going to have a team make it. But JT Daniels is still playing football at Rice, and they lost Tulane 30-28. They didn't tell them about that game.
Yeah.
I thought we wound.
I'll flip it over there and
tell him how we wind up there. He comes over. He stops by back from Gadsden before he goes on his date. So we're just kind of shooting the breeze about what kind of happened, the earlier games, and all the others just some smoke fest.
Oh, they were terrible.
So I flipped over there to ESPN Plus 3 channel 27.84 C.
It was the best game.
Yeah.
It was the best. And I told man, I said, "Man, did you ever think I'd be sitting in here and we'd be watching Tulane and Rice?"
It was the best game of the day. The game ended on Tulane had the ball.
Yeah. And
he throws it. The coach told him, he says, just throw it straight up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit the ground like, 1 second or something. I've never seen a game in that way. Have you?
No, that was very odd.
Weird. Throw it straight up in the air, hard as you could.
But right when Matt flipped it over there, we see this long touchdown pass. And the boys got McCaffrey on there. And it says Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, the guy pulled his helmet off as he's tackling McCaffrey in the end zone.
Yeah. So McCaffrey, used to be Nebraska's quarterback.
Yes.
And about that time, Matt goes, "Is that JT Daniels
his
that
helmet
threw it?"
off.
And
I
it
was like,
was
what?
JT Daniels.
Was he
that threw
32?
it.
Is he like that Will Ferrell character on the college movie where he don't never graduate?
So JT probably
He's 28. He's
record
got to be
setting
27.
playing for his fourth school. Played for West Virginia. Started
He
at
was okay.
USC. Started at Georgia. Now he's starting at Rice. He's a good
No,
quarterback.
he's okay. Yeah, he did. He kind of got to a bad end at
Why
Georgia.
left West Virginia?
I don't know. He wanted to go to Georgia or something, I guess.
He went 10-2 at Georgia.
Yeah.
That was his career record at Georgia.
Stetson wound up somehow beat him out.
Yeah, that's what. Well, he was hurt. He
That
was
run him
injured.
off.
And then Stetson had a good year, and it's just like, no, we're not making a change. But West Virginia, now he's at Rice, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he can go anywhere else.
He's 20. I swear to God, he's 27. He's got to be.
He's probably he's 25 at least. You mean to look?
No, he got to. He's too old to be playing football with a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids.
4 years. He's played at 4 different schools, which may be a record. And I know it is. It's 110% a record. But McCaffrey, how about McCaffrey? He looked great.
Yeah, good athlete, man. You can tell. Congrats to Tulane on that game.
30-28. That was a good one.
It was a good game. Another score here. Tell me about Jeff's 24-10 over Wisconsin. They've won 5 games.
They're good. They're 5-3. Well, I'm going to say one name, Trevion Henderson.
Yes. 180 yards.
162 yards. Did you see that last one he broke?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
He's a Henderson. He's getting early now.
He's getting the meal.
He lived up Crossroads back in the day.
He had 162. McCord, another good game. Decent. It wasn't mind-boggling, but it was good. But the big thing is the Ohio State defense. Are they for real? They only give up 260 yards.
Well.
And, of course, Harrison had another 200 yards.
Finkel's the coach, right?
Yes.
Ray Finkel, Wisconsin.
Yes, Lou.
Yeah, Ray Finkel.
Ray that kicked for the Miami.
Yeah, he's trying, and he's got to put him a squad together, and this is his first year out there. Good hire. He coached at Louisville. They made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So give him a little bit of time. Y'all hang in there with him. Don't run him off yet, Wisconsin, because Wisconsin, they're always normally
decent,
pretty good team.
Yeah, I don't think they're bad. They played Ohio State good, but still only wound up with 259. But Henderson's the star of that game, 162 yards on 24 carries. He'd been out most of the time.
I enjoyed watching him run the ball. Yep.
They needed him to be healthy if they're going to make a run at this thing.
He did throw 2 picks. He's only 23. When did he start playing? When he was 12? He's been to 5 colleges.
That's just because he's played at so many.
Yes, he did coach at Cincinnati. Yeah. Yeah, so he got Cincinnati to the playoffs.
Yes, he did.
And Alabama, we played them, those.
I didn't think they were very good compared to who was in the playoffs.
Crap. Darn.
They didn't play terrible.
No, it's okay. For what they had, it was good. So Ohio State, McCord, like you said, they threw 26 balls.
They threw for 226. Egbuka still out. Stover didn't play.
What's going on with him?
I don't know. Jeff, is Egbuka coming back? You got to have him and Henderson and all them healthy for a run, I would think.
JT was born in 2000.
So he's just played a lot of places. It seems like he's been.
So he just moved every year.
Every year.
So he played a year at West Virginia, moved. Year at Georgia, moved.
He played at USC.
He started at USC.
He started at USC.
So did he ever play there?
He played at Mater D. Yeah,
he did play because it seemed like or right before the season even started, he went. I don't remember.
I think he played at Mater D after Young.
But I'm talking about when he was at USC. Did he ever take the field? Man, seems like he did.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking he didn't even play a snap. He left in the summer and took off.
I'm sorry. I'm wrong on that. Young followed that.
Yes, right. Yeah. And Young's in the NFL.
Young's in the NFL, and JT's playing at Rice.
Okie dokie then. So the moves on, and we will have that show again, guys. Tune in 6 o'clock. Well, come on back 15 minutes later because we're going to say kind of what we like for the Tuesday night show. Come on, hang out with us Tuesday night. Just tune in about 5:30, 5:40, and we'll get things started.
Matt, Oregon State loses. That was an upset. Arizona's on the climb. The only reason I mentioned that's because you mentioned that Arizona's definitely on the climb.
They're figuring it out, man. Their quarterback, what's his name? He's got a funny name.
Fafita?
Yeah.
Fajima? Fafita? I think it's Fafita. Noah Fafita?
Was that a number 2 at the Mexican place? I need the Fajita.
Oh, and James Madison won.
Yeah, I did. Now, I caught some of that game. That wasn't a
Texas won.
That was a pretty good. Yeah, now what? Texas played BYU
35-6. I mean,
that's what it should be.
Murphy 100, which BYU's not had a bad year, but Texas just manhandled them defensively.
Well,
Brooks ran wild.
How many did he wind up? Probably over 200.
120 something. Over 100, yes.
Okay.
Murphy had.
But BYU beat Arkansas.
BYU did beat Arkansas. Let's see exactly.
Now, before we get out of the Pac-12, we're going to stay out west one more game, and then we're going to finish with SEC. Coach Prime says we had no big plays and no real touchdowns in the first half. Comments. Murphy winds up getting sacked. He keeps the ball. Colorado at the 20-yard line. They had to punt. 1 minute left. Big pass play by Moore by UCLA. Moore wasn't the quarterback that night. They played the other guy. Then Travis Hunter missed on a coverage play. Then they wind up getting the ball back. Colorado, they pop the ball, and Ron Miller knocks the ball loose. Just a great tackle, head across, shoulder in the body. They get the ball. The Buffs get down there on the 20-yard line. They just really couldn't finish the game. He had 2 picks and 2 fumbles for UCLA right there at that part of the game, and at the half, and that's just kind of wound up 28-16. UCLA was too much and two-bodied, and Coach Prime had said, we got to be them, because he said, Travis Hunter, he is him, because his shoes says I am him he wrote on his shoes says I am him.
Oh, really?
So Coach Sanders says, we got to be them. We're just not showing up. Offensively, Shedeur was sacked a dozen times. He's hurt, ankles hurt, ribs bruised. He's got something maybe in his back. He got beat up.
They only rushed for about 40 yards again.
He got beat up. He said, we cannot run the ball, and we got to figure out a way. Coach is me, the coach. I got to figure out a way to scheme around to save our quarterback, meaning my son, from just getting – because they just tore him to pieces.
Yeah, they only had 240 yards of offense, which is not many. UCLA had 500.
I mean, they had 2 field goals at halftime. It's just – guys, why is this a big surprise? I told you in the summer they're going to win 5. I said, if they win 6, please go back and watch it. There's a picture of Deion with a pile of cash in a buffalo. Watch that show. I said, if they win 6, build Deion a statue out there.
Yeah, and the score don't look that bad, 28-16. I mean,
no, then they hung on. And there was opportunities for them to maybe even win that game. They blew some of those chances and some penalties. They've cleaned up the penalties. I think they had 12 week before, and they only had like 6 or 8 this week. So he's trying to build something. They come out on fire. Nobody knew nothing about them. They punched TC right in the nose, and they had no idea what was going on. And before they knew it, they had their pants pulled down and got spanked. Colorado just handled business. But Coach Prime said, we've been in most all these games that we've lost except one.
Except Oregon.
He said they're really good.
Yeah.
They're complete.
Now, I mean, had Stanford beat, they really should be 5-3. Yeah. He was very upset over that.
They
29
that. They
overblowing a 29-point lead.
Can't give that game away like that.
No, they've hadn't. I'm not going to say they've been humbled, but if they were arrogant, they have been. But they knew that was coming. I don't know that they were arrogant. I think the media portrayed it like
that's
they were.
Well, it's because it's Deion. It's Deion. You got a celebrity coaching the team. It's like when Trump took off as president. It's probably the same way as it was. I don't remember depthfully when Reagan, took office, but we all knew that he was an actor from California. When those type of things happen, this is what happens, especially these days with Instagram and Twitter. And he got his son with a camera recording every practice. They're putting it out there for everybody to see. So this is kind of what happened. So
it's like the guy dating the country star, Swift. I mean, we get to hear about this every day.
Yes. Nobody really cares.
No, and I've never figured out why. And I know people got like that about Colorado. I mean, now you can't find, was Colorado on? They wasn't on a prime time station though, were they?
I think they mostly on Fox. Yeah, 'cause I
Fox,
think Clad or one of them usually.
I enjoy. I mean, I wish him the best. I've never been. I like Dion.
28-16 was the final score, and I think Shador wound up with. I must want to see what he had. 217. They only rushed for 25 yards. That's a loss.
Was it 25?
That's a loss. Total team yards for Colorado's 242, and UCLA had 487.
And Moore didn't play.
No, he's not playing. They played the.
Is he hurt?
Garbers. No, he's just He keeps throwing picks in the games.
Okay.
So, and we'll move out from the West, and we'll get back over here to Auburn. Oregon State will come to 4-4 Colorado, and Arizona, Washington State, and they'll finish with Utah. So,
say that again. Okay, go back over their game for more.
Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah. They won't win another game.
Maybe one.
You think they'll beat Utah?
No, maybe Washington State.
I don't think so. They're both 4-4. It'll be a great game, and it's at Washington State, so I'm gonna go with them. And it's gonna be.
They're not gonna beat Arizona. Arizona's on a roll.
It's gonna be mid-November, the 17th, Thanksgiving weekend.
They could easily go for it.
So being where it's at, and you know where it's like in that part of the country, late November.
Yeah,
you know what the weather. They might not win another game. So if they win 5, then.
If they win, I'm going to go on and make this prediction right now. And you heard it on the Matt and Todd show. Colorado's not going bowling.
No,
they're not.
No, 5-8 would be
5. Yeah,
you had a winning 4. I had a winning 5.
Yeah. They're not going to the bowl.
This is what
they're not going to beat. Arizona's good.
Yeah, y'all just quit it.
Could they beat Arizona and Washington State?
Cowboys up 43-20. Titans
they won,
up.
Didn't they?
Yeah, final. And Titans won 28-23.
Yeah, that's a big win. Will Levis started for the first time. Kentucky, which
had a lot of problems.
They were crazy about him. And obviously, he threw 4 touchdowns today.
Yeah. Good luck to them on the rest of the year. Well, we're going to slide into finish up with SEC, and we're going to get off here. And the darn Auburn Tigers, they are now 4-4.
The darn Auburn Tigers. Now, they may be going bowling. Who do they have left, man? Check right quick before we get into this. Big win over Mississippi State, 27-13. And I want you to.
Yeah, go ahead.
They outgained Mississippi State 416-345. Thorne has the game of his life at Auburn. 230 yards, and Hunter, 144, which Hunter's a good back. We knew that.
Yeah, Puckett kid. He had a big play, too. I mean, they
but I don't
throw and run for some yards. See, that's what I like.
He rushed for 38 yards.
That was key to them changing and keeping momentum in moments in this game. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Moments of this game, Thorne running the ball sounds crazy, but him running the ball kept momentum in this game.
He does.
Their defensive line of scrimmage played pretty well. The right kid's good, man. He dropped some dimes in the end zone.
So why is Rogers not playing?
I don't know.
Wright is transferred from where?
Vanderbilt.
Okay.
He was the one I did the SEC media day that day here at the house. And I remember watching him. I thought, Vanderbilt's going to be good, man. This quarterback's good. I picked Vanderbilt and said they're going to win. They win 5 or 6 games this year.
So he leaves.
But he leaves.
Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Well, Auburn was in control the entire game. I mean, this wasn't a 20-13. Then they added one late. They were up the whole game.
They come out and scored first, didn't they?
Yeah. And right when I've seen articles. I heard the other day he's not doing anything with the talent he's got. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I saw a heading the other day. It says it's time to give Cadillac back the keys. Give the keys back to the Cadillac. And I mean, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. But he answers that with a big win. I don't think Auburn's loaded with talent.
No,
I'm sorry, I just don't.
Dude, I picked them to win like 5 or 6 games. They'll win 6 games.
They may win 6. I know. We had them going 5-7 to 7-5 at the best.
They got Vandy, Arkansas. Those wins. New Mexico State win. Well, they got the Iron Bowl, so they win. They can win 2 more games. 3.
I think they can win 2 more. I mean, they can win 3.
They'll
I
put
do
them at
not
7
think-
wins.
I do not think they'll beat Alabama, and they might not
No.
beat Arkansas.
No, Arkansas's pretty bad. They're 2-6.
Yeah. Supposedly the best 2 and 6 in the country.
Well, but
but I
2
think they're
games,
losing hard.
And like beating a 3-win Mississippi State team. I know it's
Right.
Let's just not get crazy.
Right.
If Auburn's going to go to a bowl game this year, and y'all fans should be excited
I
about
think
that.
they're going. I think they're bowling.
I would say so too.
Yeah,
they had a good year. I mean, from late in the third quarter on, they kind of both sputtered back and forth, one up putting back and forth.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, they just kind of slowed down. The game kind of stalled, and you get some flags, and how refs can just kind of ruin games. And we've been to games where refs they ruin the game. They stop all the momentum. So
yeah, we did.
I
mean, we have been.
Auburn plays on SEC Network next week at 3:00. They play at Vanderbilt.
You got to watch Vandy. I mean, I know they haven't been winning, but we know Vanderbilt's situation.
Well, the next 2 games, teams they play hadn't won 3 games.
Right.
Vanderbilt or Arkansas has not even won 3 games.
Right.
So Auburn's 4-4. So you would assume they could win those 2. Mexico State, they should be able to outshine Tallahassee. You would assume.
I would think. I think Auburn at worst finishes 6-5, 6-6.
Yeah, that'd be a good year.
Yeah.
And we said that earlier. Hey, with him coming in, if they win 5 or 6 games, that's a win.
Stop with your articles about he's not getting nothing. Why can he not do nothing with this? Come on. Hunter's the best player he's got on offense.
Todd, LaShawn Lester at Southern Illinois was named Offensive Player of the Game for SIU after rushing for a career-high 139 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I saw that. He had 80-something yards last week. He played for Chattooga, played at Chattooga Middle. He's actually Chattooga's all-time leading rusher. I did not.
Oh, okay.
139 yards for Southern Illinois.
Hey, how about that?
And he had a couple of 100 yards last year on the year. And he's getting on up there now. He's got about 300 or 400 this year.
I like seeing the kids that go to Ian Bain. You see that what I shared? He's playing. He's making way.
I know.
Jumping around and cutting and stopping and running. Good God, he's hard. He's like trying to catch a rabbit in a box.
We got some 2 guys playing at Berry.
Yeah, Chaz and Luke.
You got a guy from 5 starting for UAB. You got a guy from Center starting for Liberty. You got another guy on Middle Tennessee's roster.
Slade.
Another guy from 5 on Troy's roster.
Yep,
one
Brody.
on Southern Illinois' roster. One playing at Kennesaw State from Somerville.
Yeah.
Coosa kid starts as Jack State's tight end.
I think Nas is still at Faulkner too.
Is he?
Yeah.
I looked for Faulkner's some stuff on Faulkner the other day because there was a boy from Chattooga that played down there, but I don't think he plays anymore. Does Xander Cook still play down there?
Oh yeah,
Benton.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen Jermaine with any mask.
Oh, and Louis Medina starts for Troy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Louis. Hope he ain't watching this. He starts for Troy on the D line.
Yeah. So those are some local guys that y'all have coached, and some guys that I've coached, been part of their lives around here, and they're still ticking right along.
But congrats to the Auburn. What game what's our last wrap
Tennessee
up
at
here?
Kentucky.
Ooh, that was a good game.
33-27. The 115 yards late in the fourth quarter for the Danke kid, 10-0. And we started off real fast, 10-0. Tennessee shots quick, but Kentucky looked
better, didn't they?
They looked out of sync. Like they just
early.
They couldn't get the plays called in.
No, I saw that.
Like, what are we doing? And Liam Cohen, he's the offensive coach. Of course, he come from the Rams, which they got smoked today, so they may want to get him back. Beasley is a tackling stinking machine, dude. He's all over the place.
Aaron, you know him, Heard County state champion, running back.
He's just he's a menace.
He is. He's good.
Even if he don't make the tackle, he's disrupting the play and making them cut it back, and his teammates getting a tackle.
He's got to be an all-conference player. Got to.
Yeah, there's no way he can't. If he's not, I'm gonna email somebody.
And I would say he gets drafted too, wouldn't he?
I would think so. Yeah. End of the first quarter, it was second quarter before in Kentucky to have a kick a field goal, 10-3. It was kind of a slow starting kind of game. It just felt like Tennessee's just going to beat the crap out of it.
It did. It absolutely did.
it all kind of turned the corner, Dean. Kentucky defense stands up, made Tennessee kick the field goal, the 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
They could have got 6. And, if Tennessee scored a touchdown right there, I'm thinking I'm fixing to turn it on 48 Hours movie. Me and Marcus been watching some old 80s movies.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, Nick Nolte.
I'm fixing to go back to that. Well, but they stopped them, I thought. They still got a chance in this. Now, Milton wound up with 228 yards, 18 for 21. But Kentucky comes out shooting darts, son.
Oh, man.
Larry to Brown for 6 points, had a touchdown, 7 plays, 75 yards, makes it 13-10 now.
13-10.
But it wasn't long. Milton to Nimrod, 35 yards. Kentucky defender, the one where he fell down.
Yes. Nimrod,
touchdown, 20-10.
That's an odd.
Smoky Tops back on the rails. Kentucky touchdown, though, 10-yard rushing play to take care of it, 23-17 at the half. So I thought, well, I'm going to hang around and kind of watch this. So Kentucky gambles on a 4th down, had a big pass up the sideline, no good. That cost them.
I saw that.
Right there. Ching, cost them the game.
Yes, it did.
He went, I don't know what there was on 4th downs. I could look. Tennessee bounced one in off the upright. Bing, bang, boom, hits the pinball machine for 3. The game rattle-ax on 26-17. Start of the 4th quarter, 26-24. Kentucky winds up missing a field goal later in the game. But they ain't telling about old Kentucky quarterback that we.
Well, they've been on him. They've been on him and on him. I mean,
he had a great game.
He threw for 342 yards. Guys, if he was throwing absolute darts.
They had no rushing game.
No, Davis did not have a big game. Leary got
Tennessee
sacked.
They chalked it up, man. 85% passing though for Leary.
What about he did fantastic.
85% you lose. He threw for 372, 2 touchdowns.
372. I said 342. He threw for 370.
I didn't even think he had a pick. But no rush game. That
no.
In the 4th downs. And Stoops is like, well, look, man, we're here, we're playing. It's a big rival game. We're going to go bowling anyway. What have I got to lose? I don't know. Why are these coaches on these 4th down plays?
I don't know. Well, Oregon State lost that ball game. I'm not going back to that, but they tried a fake field goal right before the half and didn't get it. And it really cost them the ball game. I mean, or helped. But Milton, 228. What about their running game with Small and Wright and Sampson?
I wrote him down over here. Running back Sampson is a dude.
Oh, my. Well,
D-U-D-E.
This was a quote from the announcers last night. The coaches cannot ignore him anymore.
No, Sampson he's a guy that beat. Now he didn't break no bust, no huge. I think he had one big kind of run, but it's just steady 6 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards. Just a steady rumble of something like up at 5, just a steady rumble of rushing.
Yes, and then second half just a steady rumble of eating their dust.
That Milton to Nimrod, I put a check by that.
Nimrod.
That when the defender fell.
I mean, I know that's just an odd last name, but he's a tough-looking guy. So I don't think too many people's going to give him a hard time.
No, you'd give me wallet if you're running down. If he run up on you dark alley.
On the Nimrod. What's your last name?
Nimrod. Give me your wallet.
We just used to call people that.
Yeah.
In school, you Nimrod.
Yeah. Tennessee figures out a way to win the game. Stoops they're not gonna fire him or nothing.
Oh no, definitely not. He's done great up there. Let's see.
Where was we right? Where have we been wrong this past week? Not a lot of huge, great games. We're glad y'all hung around with us to break all these games down.
Then we got picked the other ones. All right.
Let's look at this comments here. Hang on. His brother is better than Louis Medina. Okay.
Who's his brother?
I don't know. Posted both coaches post-game interviews for home Mississippi State. Okay, thank you, Jeff.
I don't know. I didn't know Louis had a brother.
He's good.
I don't know. All right, so I lost the Duke game. You won it. All right, so that's 1-0.
I picked Louisville.
1. Yep, we both won. FSU, we both lost.
Beasley brothers.
Huh?
Beasley, his brother.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Louis Medina's brother. Beasley's got a brother better than him?
Yeah, he's talking about the.
Aaron Beasley.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Well, he'll play. I've been getting him Alabama. Keep your hands off of him over Bird. He's coming to Alabama.
Yeah. Well, maybe Aaron will transfer to Bama.
I'll take
Like
his things
Henry
off.
Tua
I'll
did.
take these things off.
Oh, yeah.
Here's burning.
We won. We won Oregon. Okay, so that's going to be 2 and 3 wins. I lost BYU. I'm still at 2. You won Texas. You and Benton did. We both won Notre Dame. That's 3 and 5. You lost Kentucky. You're still at 5. I'm at 4 wins. We both
Cleary
won
played good enough to win the stinking game.
Yes, he did.
Stupid defense.
They need to get off him. 6. You picked Colorado. You lost that.
I figured they could beat them. UCLA's not good.
6 and 6. We had a rough week, Matt. You lost Oregon State. I won it 6 and 7.
I have no idea. I just picked somebody on that one. I ain't watched them play a game.
And then we went 9 and 4, both of us.
I'll take it.
9 and 4.
We've had better weeks. But some of these games are like the Oregon State.
Yesterday was tough.
I don't know.
Yesterday was
When's
tough.
the last time I watched Washington State play? I watched them play about 2 quarters of football this year.
All right. Some games coming up this
Yes.
week. We're not picking this first one, Ohio State at Rutgers, but it's at 11 o'clock. We won't pick that one. K-State, Texas at 11. That's a nice matchup. K-State pull off a big upset there?
No, they're not ready, I don't think.
Okay, I don't think so either.
Bird's 9 and 3.
9 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, we went 9 and 4. A&M at Ole Miss. Does Jimbo save his job?
The Texas game's on Fox at 11, early game. A&M at Ole Miss is
That's on
11,
SEC
another 11
now.
o'clock.
I mean SEC.
ESPN.
I mean ESPN. Yeah.
Sheesh.
A&M and Ole Miss. I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Yeah, I will too. It's at Ole Miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tennessee plays UConn at 11. We're not picking
1 and
that.
7, UConn. I'll pass. That's the game's also at 11. That was on the SEC Network.
All right. We got some good ones coming here. Notre Dame at Clemson. Does Clemson get off the snide there? And they're taking a lot of heat.
Man, he's got to win this game.
He's got to win it.
If he don't win this game,
He's going to be in some trouble. And they can down there.
They're going to bring him in the office.
Mm.
The ABC, another 11 early games, all this Saturday, all
11,
early.
11
Man,
o'clock.
you better get up early.
Yeah,
go to
that's
the-
a good early game.
I have to go to the gym early on Saturday and get done and get back.
So
11
I'm
o'clock.
Notre Dame.
ABC. I don't know. Gosh darn it.
I think I'm going. Notre Dame's playing pretty good since they lost. And
Louisville.
Clemson's since they lost to Louisville. Notre Dame beat USC. They killed Pitt. Pitt had 5 turnovers.
But Pitt's, yeah, they're like, I mean,
But
they've won
Pitt
3
beat
games.
Louisville.
Pitt's won 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, Pitt's won 2. No, maybe
They were bad. I don't, man. You figured out Clemson. Dabo, you got to have some guts.
Right.
Bird is going with Clemson.
Okay, you and Burge want to go with Clemson. I'm going with Notre Dame.
God darn it.
I gotta win
just
this
don't.
thing.
I don't know how they're going to win that game.
All right.
You think they're going to shock the world? And no,
They could definitely.
golly, man. Hey, if Notre, oh my Lord, that's a good one. He's got to win that game.
That's a good game. That may be the best game, early game on. All right, at 1 o'clock, Arizona State at Utah. Arizona State's okay. I'm going to stick with Utah.
Let's see, Arizona State and Utah. That is a 1 o'clock Pac-12 network.
Yeah.
So most people ain't gonna get to see that. What Utah's favored by 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
Yeah, Utah.
Okay, we can pick that one. Some other games, we're not picking these. Them just some top teams. Air Force and Army play Saturday. Virginia Tech, Louisville, James
Army.
Madison, and Georgia State. All right, Matt. FSU and Pitt play at 2:30. I don't think we need to pick that. All right, what about Okie and Okie State? It's a rivalry.
ESPN, Florida State, 2:30.
Okie and Okie State, 2:30.
Oklahoma bounces back at Oklahoma State Cowboys, ABC, 2:30. Oklahoma is favored by a touchdown. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Boomers.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too.
If they don't, hey, that's well, they already lost the game. It's done. If the Cowboys come in there and shoot the wagon up,
Right.
It's done. Listen to me, guys. Done. Oklahoma. I ain't put them in my nothing. So
They
they're still
could.
not.
It's possible.
They're not coming back in anyway. So
All right, 2:30 on CBS. Missouri
Georgia, dude,
at Georgia. Is Missouri for real, or is
Yes.
Georgia?
They are, but they're not going to beat Georgia.
not gonna
They
beat
don't have the
Georgia.
dudes.
I don't think so.
Georgia's favored by 2 touchdowns. I don't.
They may clear that.
It's 16. I'm going to take Missouri with plus 16.
Okay.
I'll say Georgia wins by 14.
All right. All right. We're not picking this one. California at Oregon. It's at 4:30. I'm just saying that's a game. Here's one we can pick. Washington at USC. Does USC, the way it's going, I'm going to say USC dethrones them. I'm going to go on and pick that.
6:30 ABC.
6:30.
This game is on the line is nil. It's a pick 'em. I can't believe that.
Really?
That's what it is. It's a pick 'em game. I'm gonna say Washington handles business.
All right. Well, we'll go different on that one. So we've gone different on. Well, we ain't gone different on one yet. Which we're not really competing against each other on this. Oregon State at Colorado, 9 p.m. I'm going to this. I'll go back to some others.
That's the last ESPN game for the night.
Game. Yeah.
6-2 Oregon State Beavers against the Buffs of Colorado Sanders.
I'm going with Oregon State.
Yeah, they're favored by 13.
Okay. Penn State, Maryland. Penn State not playing great. Maryland not playing great. It's at 2:30.
Penn
Who
State
wins that? It's at Maryland.
They're favored by 10.5 on Fox.
I picked Penn State, but not to cover. Maryland's not been playing good. They've lost 3 straight.
Make it 4 straight.
Okay.
Give me the Nittany Lions at Maryland.
Auburn at Vandy, 11 o'clock, ESPN Network. I mean, yes, SEC Network, not ESPN Network. People be on ESPN going, Auburn's not on here.
Yeah, no, Vander can't.
Okay.
I mean, Auburn should be able to handle that. If they don't, then they're like got a lot more things going on.
The last game of the night, as far as start time, and this is going to be a good game. This is a fantastic matchup. UCLA at Arizona. I'm going with the Zona. I'm going with the Wildcats. UCLA's got a good team.
I'm going to say it's at Arizona. It's on FS1 late.
9:30.
I'm going to go with the Bruins. Give me UCLA.
All right, now, very last when I say this, because it's the most important to us. It really is. And I know Georgia and Missouri is very important to Benton. But to us, LSU at Alabama, 6:45 ESPN, right?
CBS.
CBS. Ooh.
Yeah, they're primetime game. That's a primetime game.
6:45 LSU in Tuscaloosa.
Bama's favored by 4.
I'm going to be honest, and with it being in Alabama and the way Alabama has fought off getting beat this year.
They played better on the road. Honestly, I mean, kind of.
I can't pick against them.
I'm not going to pick against them. I just don't. This is going to decide the West. And
LSU gives up a lot of yards.
Yeah, defensively, they're not ready to be able to handle the passing attire and the run game at once. And the second reason I'm going to take Bama, LSU ain't seen the defenses what they're fixing to run into right here.
Exactly. And Alabama's going to be the best defense they've faced.
Yep.
Florida State being the second best. And they got beat 3 touchdowns.
Now they're better now this part of the year than they were, but
who was LSU's other loss? I can't believe I'm asking this. Who else beat LSU?
A&M, was it? And they lose some dumb game.
Ole Miss beat them 55-49.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did beat Missouri. LSU's come on, but
55-49, yeah, Ole Miss beat them.
And now my reasoning why, where I don't just say Alabama wins, Alabama beats the 49ers. I mean, I'll give back proof.
Oh, yeah.
It's because Alabama's very strong on defense.
Yeah, Missouri scored 29 on them.
Right, 29.
I think if Bama gets to 35 first, that'll be enough points to win the SEC West. It'll be locked up and done. It's a done deal. Right. Bama wins Saturday. Because of Auburn, even if they lost the Iron Bowl, they're going to Atlanta.
Yeah. I think they beat them because they're very good on defense, and LSU's very good on offense. LSU's not very good on deep. Alabama just matches up better to me, and they playing at home. I just don't think LSU's give up a lot of yards this year.
The only thing that'll hurt them, Bama loses this game. We'll do what if both ways, and I did if for. Bama loses if they come out and play slow.
Mm-hmm. Well, they can't get down 27-10.
No, they're not. They won't win that game.
And we'll win this in the second half.
No, I don't.
Daniels is a killer now. They got to contain him.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't run at him. Don't. If you run at him, he's like trying to catch a chicken. That's not how you catch chickens or rabbits. I've had to do both. That's not how you do it.
I just don't. I honestly don't think, and I don't think Missouri's better than Georgia. I also don't think LSU's as bad as Bama. No. And Missouri's they give up 55. LSU give up 55 against Ole Miss. In Alabama, Ole Miss scored 10.
Yeah.
Against Alabama.
Talbert, how did the?
I just can't pick them.
How did the festival go today at Piney? I went to Piney this morning and visited. Been going over on some Sunday school classes, and they had a fall festival over there today. Eating hot dogs, dressing up.
Rick Bird sent a photo. Oh, Jordan Beasley, Bowden. 6'1", 215.
Holy moly. Who is that? It's like Davion Clowney.
He looks okay, I guess.
Bowden.
Does he start?
Plays at Bowden.
Bowden.
His brother played at Hurd.
Hurd, yeah.
Okay.
That's all down there close to each
other. Yeah. Before we get off, NFL ticking right along. Tua and the boys have
won again.
Yeah. All those, it's like Alabama. I mean, all the whole players on the whole team is like,
Yeah.
The Eagles did lose a game last time.
Day, but they won.
They won today. Yeah.
Dallas won.
Who was the big players that you told us earlier? The playmakers of the NFL.
Oh, well, the NFL. No, that was earlier. It was Sam Howell.
Yes, North Carolina.
He threw for 400 yards today.
Yeah.
And
I liked him when he was there.
Henry had a real good day. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor for Indiana. Will Levis had a fantastic day. Hurts to Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Del Monaco or Del Ridico. Do you remember that?
Monaco.
And wasn't it? I've never heard of him.
I don't know.
He had a big game.
Is there? I guess
Levis though. Wow.
I know because all the talk is just so bad. I mean, all the scores and they said his interview was bad. He's kind of snippy and rude and
yeah. Well, I'm really glad the Cowboys won because I get tired of every time they lose it being the end of the world and their coach sucks and their quarterback sucks and Jerry Jones needs to get out of their business and their offensive coordinator needs to go and they need to get rid of CD Lamb. All that stuff gets old.
Thank you, Jeff.
Do you not think all that gets old?
Yeah, well, it's just there's nothing else to talk about. Buka will return. He'll be back next week. So
I just think it gets old.
And Ohio State plays Rutgers. Well, that's 50-0 at halftime.
Okay.
They'll probably pull them half. Last question. We got to get off here. Who's the Heisman hype guy now? It's Daniels.
I think it's Daniels, Nix, Travis, Penix. That's
McCarthy,
my top four.
McCarthy from Michigan. They're the number one guys.
I guess he'd be 5. Can they invite 5?
Who is the? Yeah.
They can invite 5?
The only 3 sets, but 5, they'll get 5 awards. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 people can be.
Well, obviously they're not going to give it to a running back or a receiver. And I don't know that a running back and receiver's having the type of year to win it. So
there's you, Paul. Let me pull that. Oh,
I'm just asking this. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, probably trying to start some trouble. Is there any chance that Carson Beck gets in this talk?
Yeah, I've heard people say that. I don't care for it. He had a good game against a 5-win team. You're supposed to play good against a team that's
winning 4 or 5 McCarthy. Games. Harrison, does Marvin Harrison get mentioned in this?
See, I like Cron. Why can't a running back be talked about?
Coral,
guys, come on, man. He's great.
Yeah, he is.
I like him. This is the new AP poll today. We'll make sure I'm not.
How long before Harrison gets mentioned in this?
Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State 4 podcast listeners, and then coming in at 5. Looks like Washington, Oregon up 2 spots to 6. Texas staying in at 7 versus BYU 35-6. We talked about that. Bama on bye. I told you 1-0. Somebody finally beat Idle. Bama moved up one spot to 8.
How did they do that? How do you only get a 1-pointer? That's a drop kick, isn't it?
Yes.
From the 10. That's what it is. Drop kick from the 1.
Penn State 9 up from 10. They took care of business. We talked about that game a little bit. They look out of sorts. This time of year of it being right now, this time of year of we're going into week 10 coming into. They don't like week 1. Finishing the top 10, dropping 4 spots. Oklahoma right outside there.
I agree with that. I might even put Ole Miss over them.
I would too. Ole Miss at 11, Notre Dame 12, LSU Tigers taking on number 8 Bama this weekend. They're up 2 spots to 13 after a blowout against Army. Missouri, number 14, playing number 1 Georgia. Louisville 15, Oregon State Beavers at 16, 17 Air Force, 18 of the non-Cam Rising team fall 5 spots after a 35-6 thumping from the
Ducks. They just won't put them out of that top 25, will they?
I don't know why. It's just a waste of time. Tennessee,
what are they doing?
Up 2 spots with a win over Kentucky to 19. Number 20 UCLA up 3 places, and finishing out here is Tulane, Kansas 22. James Madison up 2 spots after the win over Old Dominion 30-27. And USC, they're not going to put them out. They can lose. They can go 0 for 4, and they'll.
What is this reluctance to knock?
Kansas State comes in at rumbling, stumbling 25.
Well, why is Utah still in this top?
Why is
20?
USC in the top 25?
I mean, what are they doing? Well, Utah just dropped to 18 and they got beat 35-6.
So 1 through 5 here is
Tennessee should be ranked ahead of them.
Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State. I don't have a problem with that. I would swap Tuesday we'll get into that. I had Michigan 1 last week. I'm gonna keep them there. Probably have Georgia back at same at 3. Ohio State 2. Florida State 4. They hadn't done anything to not get knocked out, but I'd have Bama. I like Bama at 5 or 6 and Oregon at 5 or 6. So, and I'm telling you now, Washington and Washington beat Oregon.
I don't think Washington's better than Oregon or Alabama.
I don't, and I picked Washington to beat Oregon.
I just don't.
Just watching them play, Oregon is Michigan 2.03. I mean, they're just thumping.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just beating the crap.
They shouldn't have lost to.
Washington's winning these close.
They shouldn't have lost to Washington, and I think they will beat them again.
Texas 7.
Beat them if they play them again.
Bama 8, Penn State 9 in the top 10. Finishes Oklahoma. I have no idea how Oklahoma's even. They wouldn't even be in my top 15.
I would have Ole Miss at 10, me personally, and I'd have Tennessee ranked a little higher.
Talbert likes Bo Nix. He's doing his job, man.
I think the top 6 right now are obviously Nix, Penix, Travis, McCarthy, Harrison, and Daniels.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that later, Zach.
So that's 6 guys.
Yeah.
So what's that?
It's just high school drama stuff.
But I think Harrison's got to be in there mentioned. I mean, they gave it to Devontae Smith a few years ago.
I like Coral. Michigan is going to have problems the rest of the season, says Jeff. I don't know.
Why?
They're just thumping everybody.
I mean, I personally don't. He may know more inside stuff than we do.
Michigan. Who's Michigan got the rest of the season?
Who's out of the Heisman? Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers.
By the way, Michigan plays Purdue this weekend. There's a 2% chance Purdue can win. So you're saying we got a chance.
Who's some more people out of the Heisman?
And you do know how that has been before in the past. You know what Purdue does.
Yeah.
But they have to be a number 1 team.
Yeah.
Michigan's not number 1.
Bowers is out of the Heisman.
Well, yeah, he's hurt. He ain't gonna play no more.
Williams out.
He's a game player, and he is. But when mom and dad says, "Son, why? You don't need to play. You're going to get drafted. You don't have to go back." He may want to go back and play with his buddies at Georgia, but
is Williams still in the contest?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He didn't even want to play football. Well, the people saying he's saying he's going to finish the season, but Michigan has Purdue, Penn State, and Maryland. They got Penn State at 11 o'clock on Fox the 11th of November. That would be the only game that I would see being any kind of trouble for them. And I don't think it will be. I think they'll beat them by 2 touchdowns. So who beats Michigan?
Nah, just Ohio State.
They're the only one that's got a shot at, Jeff.
Just Ohio State, who needs everybody playing. And I know they're injured. Yeah. I understand. But they've got to. Unless they're just very, very hurt, they need to be playing. Henderson's been hurt a lot in his career.
Yeah.
A lot. They're so loaded, they can have people out.
Guys, we've come to that part of the show. We know we hate to do it, but got to work tomorrow. Instagram, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube. Man, just go to Google and type in the Matt and Todd Show. Go tell somebody about us. The best thing sports show going today. They ain't nobody no better than what we do. Show 210. Ain't nobody around here got no 210 shows. Hardly anybody I know of any college sports show besides the Crane Companies or Josh Pates. And they're on every day. Mm-hmm. We come on once a week.
Right.
So we do appreciate everybody. All our sponsors, of course, from Mobley's Concrete Construction. Got to talk to them Friday night over there. Lloyd's Legal Service. You got any kind of needs, go find them on Facebook. Call them, make an appointment. Turkey Eye Clinic, JR and April McKenzie. Good folks, always been supportive of us. Warrior Gym. Call John. Tell him you heard about us on Matt and Todd Show. And $100, he'll get $100 for a year membership. How could you go wrong?
Just say hi there and say,
hey man, Matt and Todd Show.
Can we go by there tomorrow?
He said, hey, well, $100 get me a year membership. I heard it on the Matt and Todd Show.
No, we're not eligible for that.
No. So we appreciate them. And again, old Ben, look at him go there. Appreciate Average Joe's for the picture, because I had one of him kicking in the black jersey and it was hard to see him. And Bowen's company had one of him in the white jersey kicking, so I had to use it so I could have a good picture. Nobody has, and I talked to Ryan and all the people take pictures. Nobody's got a lot of pictures of Ben. So
I'm going to try to figure out how many extra points he's kicked this year. I would say it's 50, close to 50.
Yeah. Guys, we appreciate y'all. Jeff, company, go back through there. Talbert. Burge, man, we'll see you Tuesday. Make sure to come by Tuesday for a spooky, spectacular locker room special, part 1 of the college football selection show. And we'll tune in live here with us and go over it with us. Coach Short, glad you got to come on. Big Mike, glad to see you here.
He's happy today, I'm sure.
Jeff Bicuspid, always good for him to get to see him come on. Mr. Larry Wayne Johnson. Yep. I got to get them guys some shirts. Just go play finals at Jacksonville State. That'd be a good idea, too. I'm down with that.
That ain't going to happen.
No, it would never happen.
That's a good idea.
We couldn't even get a semifinal game. Something happened. I think Steve tried to make it happen. A Piedmont semi game there. Mm-hmm. Nah, we're going to pay. Why? Why would you not do that for your local high school kids?
Because it's not right off the interstate.
But
of course, Auburn's not either.
God, no, it's not. You got to turn it the milk station down there and go by and put a quarter in the light so you can turn right at the old Tiger stop.
Yeah,
and go
they say it's coming from the other way.
Stinky back road.
Yeah. Auburn may be the only university I know that we can't get to from the interstate.
So, yeah. Guys, y'all have a good week. Come back Tuesday night, hang out with me and the Birds, and we'll go back through that selection show and see who your favorite team is, and come on, talk some trash with us, and we'll cut it up and have a good time. About 5:30, 5:40, we'll be on. And next Sunday, show 210, we'll go back through our show picks and break down some Warriors in Fort Payne and some Gilsel and TCC, some Cedar Bluff and some Donahoe. Spring Garden's off and Sand Rock's done, and we'll start wrapping in the playoffs. We've already broke down some playoff stuff last week with Starkey. You kind of got an idea where your team's going to be at. ALprep.com. They'll show you all the big brackets.
All right.
Keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you, guys.